Good morning, sir. How are you?
Hey, man. Good morning. Good to be on with you.
Jerry, couple of days to reflect. Can you just give us your overall thoughts on the Bronco game?
Well, we need to improve on defense. We need to stop those as much better than we did against Denver. Let's put it like this. Our explosive plays. That can be done by concentrating each position, down linemen, linebackers, continuing to see the action that the play action that's going on, and keeping your eyes in good places. I know this sounds technical, but it is technical. That's the way for us to improve, is to technically get better. We've got players that can do it, and it's not just one, but we need to improve in that area. We basically need to finish our box better over on offense. We let a lot of penetration come in from what we call the backside on an offensive play. All of those things, and I know it sounds like you're in a coach's meeting, but all of those things are the answers. It's not as bad as it looks, and it looks bad as far as the game Sunday, but it also has a lot of room for improvement for us to be where we want to be on defense. Offensively, we really had a bad day. We made a lot of mistakes. It didn't stay with our blocks. So, again, technically the way to improve this thing is to each position, each player, zero in on his responsibilities. We've probably will come out in the best shape injury-wise. We'll put the best team on the field that we'll have put on there this year. So we ought to look forward to that against our next opponent.
Jerry Jones joining us here on 105 Through the Fan. Jerry, you guys had talked about that a large portion of the reason for moving on from Micah Parsons was related to the run defense. Why has the run defense become more inefficient since he left?
We need combination. We need to basically have better play from the linebackers, maintaining the integrity of your gaps, which the linebackers have to fill. The linebackers have to slide. And so they did a good job on us, Denver, the other day, and we did a poor job. So we've got to do better there.
Jerry Jones joined us here at 105 Through the Fan. A couple of weeks back, you said to us that this was the most capable pass rush that we've had. Do you still feel the same way about that, or have you changed your tune at all?
No, I'm from the standpoint of rushers. We had the highest number of rushers coming out of camp, of capable rushers that we have had, and we have maintained our health there. And when I look at our depth, some of them are playing at a level that we can get excited about. Some of them need to step their game up. But in terms of numbers, in terms of players that can rush that passer, we've got the best numbers that we've had.
Jerry, you said after the game, and you actually just referenced it here with us when you were kind of reflecting on the game, that the defense simply needs to play better, and you believe they can. What gives you confidence that the issues on defense are player-related and not coaching-related?
I have seen them do what we're asking them to do, the players. And I've seen the individual players play, make the kind of plays, practice the way that we want them to practice. So I've seen them do it. And so I've got belief that as we continue to go forward, we'll do better. And I think that's the best way to say it. We didn't play well across the board for whatever the reason against Denver. It was a big game for us, disappointing. I know how disappointed our fans are. But the answer here is not a single position. An answer here is just get better at what each of the players are doing that we want to do. Help on the way. Help on the way is important. We do have, as we look ahead, we have 2 or 3 key players, and we'll start getting healthier at safety, which we're really right now suffering from our depth with safety, and we're having to play some players that are a little unfamiliar compared to the veteran players that we thought we'd have back there. But that's not an excuse. That's fact. But we should be able to play better than we played Sunday, even in those circumstances.
Jerry, a lot of the feedback that we've gotten on social media calls, whatever, is that they want you guys to make a move for a defensive player because of the misses in the draft defensively. Do you feel that you guys struggle drafting defensive players or have struggled recently?
Well, that's ready criticism. When you do it, I like our number 41. I think he's going to be one of the best players we've drafted recently. We've got to see it, but we're going to be bringing on Ravel that we drafted this round. I'm talking about within the last draft. As far as the overall long-term drafting, I'm pretty satisfied that we draft well.
Jerry, we've also heard from fans that it feels like Dak and the offense have to be pretty much perfect for the team to win games right now. Do you feel like there's too much pressure being put on Dak Prescott right now?
Not at all. Those guys put pressure on themselves. Dak's the number one self-imposed pressure man there is. We're lucky to have him. I'm glad we have him, and that's a decision. But we've got him. The other day, we knew we were playing a stellar defensive team. We didn't come out with our best game in all areas of the game, whether it be the running game, receiving game. It was just not a game that against a team like that that you're going to have a lot of success with. Even at that, we had our chances in the game, but we just pre-snap penalties, those kinds of things all bite you when you aggregate them up. And that's how you lose a ball game. And in the NFL, it can get away from you pretty quick. That score can get up there. We keep a possession, make a score right before half. You got a totally different ball game because the defense and offense play differently when they've got a lead than they do when a game is tight.
Cowboys owner and general manager Jerry Jones with us here on Shan and RJ on 105 through the Fan. Jerry, Tyler Guyton has had some struggles at times this season at left tackle for you guys. What is your level of confidence in Tyler Guyton today?
I have great confidence that he's got the skills, his physical, to the length to overcome what? To overcome let's say, a pre-snap penalties. I have seen that done, and I've seen his first 3 years, including this year. He's out there pretty in a pretty open space that a lot of people can take a look at how he's playing. But he can get better. Players do get better with pre-snap. Concentration, focus, they can. It usually comes at the worst time, and when it does, it messes up, seems like, the best plays. How about a touchdown the other day? So having said all of that, got a lot of confidence in him. He's unique in his talent, unique in his feet to have the length that he's got. I do very much think he's going to be a top player for us.
Jerry, yesterday Brian Schottenheimer said after a game like that, he said, quote, you have to be solution-oriented. The solutions are making adjustments to scheme, changes to personnel, giving this guy a little bit more playing time and all that. What kind of changes to the scheme and the personnel do you anticipate seeing over the next few weeks?
I think you'll see some of the players, you don't have the hours that it would take to get into any specifics, but I think you'll see more time spent in the linebacker room by coaching. I think you'll see a lot of on the offensive side of the ball. I'll see a lot of zeroing in by the meetings and the coaching staff on I mentioned it 2 or 3 times, your penalty situation, and I think we'll continue to work to eliminate those turnovers. We had them there Sunday. We hadn't had them on offense. That'll help you get behind the 8 ball in these football games. But bottom line, the answer here because the areas were numerous, because they are things that we've all seen addressed, cleared up. Every one of these players have played in a way, and they've had many, many snaps this year, playing in a way that if they would play that way all at the same time, or the majority of them at the same time, we have a different outcome.
Jerry Jones right here on 105.3 The Fan every single Tuesday on Shan and RJ. Jerry, Diana Rossini from The Athletic quoted you from the owners' meeting saying, if there was a deal, I would more look at the back end versus the pass rush. And then Jay Glazer reported that you guys inquired about Crosby and Hendrickson. Can you help clear any of that up?
No, because it's all of that. And nobody said there was a deal. There hadn't been anything close to a deal. But we're looking at all phases of our roster. Most teams are right now. We happen to have what would appear for us a bigger need than we've had. But each time you look at a player, a position, a trade for, or for that matter, one of your players that you're trading for another player, you just got to look. Don't look too far out of the boundaries of what you're getting and trading within the position. Not relative to your record, or frankly, it's a mistake to do it relative to how they played the week before. It needs to be their entire evaluation of a player that you've had, certainly during and the time you started at training camp. So all of that goes into whether or not you'll be making a trade or not. And I don't know if we will or not.
Jerry, you've mentioned here a few times the linebacker group and how you need to get better play out of them and more time spent in the coaching room with them. When we talk about the trade deadline, could linebacker be one of the targets that you'd be looking for?
Not necessarily. Not at all. But possibly so. Now, how about that for an answer? But, guys, really, it is an area where you can spend more time and you can get better. It's a point of emphasis for everybody. My point this morning is that every position out there should be, during the week between games, looking for the things you didn't do it well, addressing them during your practice and your basically meeting times with other players. And then obviously a look at a game is not necessarily an entertaining thing at all by coaches or players, and none of us would expect that. It is actually looking for the things you didn't do well. Now, by the way, you should start with one thing that you did do well and then be able to handle the 4 or 5 things that you didn't do well. So that's the psychology of having criticism when you're a football player. And I've certainly in my lifetime had a lot of it. I thought the coaches were out to get me, hated me, everything but book. Took me about 10 minutes out of the meeting room to realize they were right, just trying to help me. That goes with it. There's very few games that players really have everything about it make them feel good. But the good news is, or the bad news is, you can't let it happen as many times in as many places as we did Sunday.
Jerry, I know you said that this game didn't really change your view on what you're going to do at the deadline, but this Arizona game, if it comes up and it doesn't go the way you want, and you're 3-5-1 with the deadline a couple of 2 days later, could you see that changing your plan at the deadline?
No, I think you're trying to improve what you're going to be doing in November and December and January. You're trying to do that, but how big a price you want to pay for it? Do you want to take a pick, for instance, that could pick maybe the 35th player in the draft for the player that can help you through January? Now, obviously, you'd say, no, I want one that helped me through many Januaries in the future. Every club in the NFL is looking for that deal. Every club. That specific deal right there. And that's not to say that we don't all have competition, but you just have to sit there and see if it fits us. There's no magic. Secondly, we had several things that didn't play right Sunday, not to be tried or not to be anyway. One addition one addition at this time to correct what we would like to totally correct Sunday has got to be from within, not from without.
Jerry, you talk about, you have to see if a trade fits for you guys in order to do that. When you think about the type of player that would intrigue you enough to pull the trigger on a trade, give up some capital, what kind of traits are you thinking of and looking for in a player?
Well, again, one that loves football. That seems trite. Why would they be out there playing it? Some do more than others. And so you're looking for guys that just are from within, self-motivators, miserable when they don't play well, and they exude that around their teammates. That's just a little thing called makeup right there. Now, obviously, you want to get a player that is in the top percentile of the kind of players that you'd like to go forward with. That has a price tag. There's very few people that would agree it better be something good before we give a top pick for it. It better be something good before we give a top ascending young player for it. You shouldn't do that. Shouldn't do it at all. It better be a bushel basket full. Now, if you can get a lot of it coming back your way, you have the same phone call on the same hooked into your ear. You have it coming back at you, too. Would you guys give up this to get that? And so you can have an opportunity to have less now, more in the future.
Jerry Jones right here on 105.3 The Fan. Trevon Diggs goes on the IR, Jerry. Did you guys consider NFI for Diggs after the concussion issue?
No. Diggs' biggest problem is he's injured, and it's not the same knee that he's been doing his rehab with. So that's his number one challenge. Unfortunately, he's got a handful of challenges here that are physically related. And that's why he was the status he's got today.
Jerry, is there a chance, or can you see a scenario where Diggs has played his last game for this team?
I don't see that today at all.
Jerry, you talked about his love of, or you talked about loving football just a second ago. Do you still feel good about Trevon Diggs' love of football?
Yes, I do. But again, he's got to get well, and he hasn't been.
Jerry, Micah came out yesterday and said, I feel like they screwed Diggs over. The organization let him down. My question to you is, do you feel like Trevon rushed to start the season too early? Did that kind of set him back from the beginning versus maybe waiting a little bit longer, getting banged up?
No, not at all.
Jerry, just for clarification, is it Trevon's other knee that has been giving him the problem here as of late?
It's his other knee that's injured, yes, not his reconstructed knee.
Jerry Jones right here on The Fan. We talked about this a lot with Coach McCarthy, the penalty issues. How much do you think that has changed with Coach Schottenheimer? Is it still a major problem for you guys? How are you looking at the penalties as of late?
I think it's a problem as of Sunday, but not to the degree it was. We've improved in that area, but we're making progress. And Sunday was a step back, but I think generally we've got our hands. I know this. It's one that's up front in the minds of all of our linemen and our receivers lining up.
Jerry Jones joining us here at 105.3 The Fan. Any idea, what is the issue with the offense on the road? It seems like at home, this thing is putting up 40 points a game. On the road, it's a much bigger struggle. Have you had any idea what the reasoning is there?
Well, the traditional one is noise, and you've got to do more hand signals to communicate. One of the best things we do, maybe the best in the league, is how well our quarterback sets the play up, how well he's communicating out there to all of our players, and he's outstanding. And when you get a lot of noise, you can mitigate that, and so you have to use other ways to communicate. No matter what, if it's an extreme amount, and there are a lot of places that are real loud, then you'll have to have less communication or less effective communication.
Jerry, last one for you, and thanks for entertaining all the trade questions. What do you think is more likely, making a move there or adding someone off the street maybe to help out defensively?
I don't have a weight on that. It's all there. In other words, all options are there, and I do not have. I can tell you this right now: there is not a trade in my mind, the beginning and end of one, as we sit here and talk at all. And that's not a hedge. We just don't have one at this time that I would do.
Jerry, thank you so much for the time. We appreciate it.
Right.
Good luck Monday night.
Okay, guys. Let's have a good day. Bye.
Jerry Jones, brought to you by your North Texas Ford dealers. Ford is the best in Texas.